Workout started. Steady 1 hour at 9 minutes per kilometer. Go.
The 2021 IKEA catalog is here. Spoilers ahead. Page 23. Number 1. Ooh, Nisa Force utility card, $36.99. Powder coated steel requires assembly. Yes.
Have you noticed how there are more ads nowadays on the podcast that we listen to?
This is just too exciting. You
That's
have
the way it's
got
going.
to read this yourself. Get your 2021 IKEA catalog online today.
From CBC News, The World This Hour, I'm Pep Philpott. The president of Belarus says he's ready to bring in political reforms tomorrow, if that's what people want. But Alexander Lukashenko is refusing to call another election. This morning in Minsk, he told a group of supporters he will not give up the country. Joan Leishman has the details.
So today I'm going to ride, no, I'm going to run up across the meadows.
He has no intention of giving up power. As the crisis escalated, Pope Francis prayed for peace. Anti-government demonstrations have rocked Belarus.
GPS on.
They follow the presidential election last Sunday. Lukashenko, who's been in power for 26 years, claims he won by a landslide. His opponents say the election was rigged. As protests against his grip on power continue, Lukashenko is facing other pressures. Today, he appeared to be blaming NATO, saying it was amassing troops near his border. Joan Leishman, CBC News, Toronto.
It's been nearly 1 year since the Trudeau government promised to eliminate the fee to apply for Canadian citizenship, but it still hasn't delivered on that campaign pledge, and financial pressures from the pandemic are making it more challenging for newcomers to cobble together the $630 fee. Kathleen Harris reports.
Many newcomers to Canada are feeling a financial pinch from the pandemic and say the application fee for becoming a Canadian citizen is now even further from reach.
Average heart rate 92. Workout average pace 6 minutes 22 seconds per kilometer.
Higher cost of living due to COVID-19, as well as the money he sends to family in Pakistan, he says it's tough to put savings aside.
It's kind of difficult for me to spend that amount of money.
Malik says even a reduction in the fee would help make it more affordable. Immigration Minister Marco Mendicino's office says he's committed to wiping out the fee, but won't offer a time frame. Immigration expert Andrew Griffith says it would only take a quick regulatory change.
It's just part of the government's effort to have an overall message of, immigration is good for the country. We want to increase the levels of immigration. They'll make a contribution both in the short term and the longer term.
Kathleen Harris, CBC News, Ottawa.
For the third consecutive day, Japan is reporting more than 1,000 new coronavirus cases. About a third were recorded in the capital. Officials say
Average heart rate 128. Workout average pace 6 minutes 20 seconds per kilometer.
during the summer holidays. And South Africa's president says coronavirus infections appear to have peaked in the country. It has reported more than 570,000 COVID-19 infections, and that's the fifth highest in the world. But the new cases have dipped in recent days, and President Cyril Ramaphosa says start relaxing lockdown measures tomorrow.
Restrictions on the sale of tobacco will be lifted. Alcohol will be permitted for on-site consumption in licensed establishments only up to 10 p.m.
South Africa's controversial alcohol ban has been credited with a 40% drop in crime during the pandemic. Lastly, the U.S. president's younger brother has died. 71-year-old Robert Trump passed away yesterday.
1 minute 13 seconds ahead. Average heart rate 133. Workout average pace 6 minutes 23 seconds per kilometer.
His brother is best friend and says he will be missed. The two men had been estranged for years before Trump ran for president. Robert Trump shied away from the spotlight and in June filed a lawsuit that failed to stop publication of a tell-all book by the president's niece. And that is your World This Hour for CBC News. I'm Pep Philpott.
by the team behind BBC History Magazine, Britain's best-selling history magazine. And if you haven't had a chance to get hold of our magazine recently, we'd like to offer you the chance to get a copy of our next issue absolutely free.
Okay, well, I'm not going to listen to
78070
the history
to request your free
podcast
magazine
now.
today.
Average heart rate 135. Workout average pace 6 minutes 27 seconds per kilometer.
This offer is available for a limited time only.
We will turn
and
off
only
the
available for
podcast
UK residents. So please
and
don't miss out.
continue
Text history to 780.
with our chat. Now that I've been running for about 5 minutes, my breathing is a little more standard. It's hard to talk in the first 5 minutes anyway, but I thought I might as well open up the show slightly differently today. Morning. As I cross Majestic Drive, heading towards Harvest Lane. This is normally how
Average heart rate 126. Workout average pace 6 minutes 44 seconds per kilometer.
This is normally how Norma and I start our runs together. This first part is pavement. So I was going to suggest that she rode her e-bike to Harvest Lane trailhead and that we ran together then, but she wasn't really ready and I was just itching to get going. Because of all the e-bike cycling I've been doing this week, I had to take a day off. Friday, I did absolutely nothing outside the compound. Samantha's volume is a little low for this kind of noise, background noise. Once I'm on the Mountain of Joy, it'll be fine. Once again, I can just about hear it when it's noisy. I'll be able to hear it quite clearly when I'm on the meadows. I don't have any good cameras with me today. All the photographs I take will be with my phone.
Average heart rate 135. Workout average pace 6 minutes 51 seconds
Thank
per
you.
kilometer.
Guy took his 2 dogs onto the road to get off the sidewalk. That was nice of him. We're all trying to keep our distance. Another bit of noise for you. Shelbourne Street. I'm wearing long pants today, but it's still cool enough to do so. It's going to warm up. Today it's going to be like 30 degrees. That's a high 30 Celsius. It's getting into the
Average heart rate 129.
high
Workout average
90s.
pace 6 minutes 46 seconds per kilometer.
Still a bit fast. By the time I'm done, it'll probably be 9 minutes pace. There's a guy up ahead with a camelback. He's obviously out for a while today. I don't have any water, so I have to get back pretty shortly. pretty close to the hour. Hour is what I need. An hour is my route. An hour is what I should get if I planned everything correctly. Coming close to 7K in 9 minutes. 7 9s are 63, I think. Yeah. I want 60. And with the way that Strava rounds everything down, I should get my 60 on Strava. My iSmooth run is a little more true to my moving time. Some earthworks going on here. Something burrowing for roots, no doubt. Talking of animals foraging, Norma had
Average heart rate 139. Workout average pace 7 minutes 57 seconds per kilometer.
her blueberries and her tomatoes decimated by a large furry mammal. Probably a young deer. There is a hole in our neighbor's fence, and even though we have a deer gate and fence, and we have blocked off access to the back of our garage, there is still a way, if they come through the hole in his fence, for them to get to our plantation. Okay, so now I'm taking another deke to the left and then the right. This way will take me on a less traveled,
Average heart rate 133. Workout average pace 8 minutes 1 second per kilometer.
less traveled route. A little more downhill for the first part. It skirts around the climb, basically. You have to get to the climb eventually. But at the lowest spot, which will be from the meadows through the saddle. I'm pretty sure the saddle is the highest point on today's run. I have broken this episode up already. I'm on file number 2. Talking of ads, I have been told
Average heart rate 134. Workout average pace 7 minutes 50 seconds per kilometer.
to maximize on my potential earnings by inserting one ad break in a 36-minute show. A longer show would need more inserts. That's one reason why I broke the recording at Harvest Lane, so I can put in an ad and then be done with it. I'm guessing I have 10 minutes recorded so far with the file 1 and about 2 minutes of file 2 here. I'm still ahead of my pace, which is great, because I'm going to lose all of that advantage.
Average heart rate 136. Workout average pace 7 minutes 50 seconds per kilometer.
I'm going to take a picture here. Because I seldom come this way, I might as well. You're going to hear an auto pause in a second. Once Samantha detects that I've stopped moving. There you go. Remember to pick up my voice recorder. This is a popular trail with the dog walkers It skirts the edge of the Mount Douglas Park property. There is farmland to my left. So I'm running basically the perimeter fence of Mount Doug. Eventually I will be cutting into the interior of the park. That's when I will start to climb a little more seriously. Listening out for my heart rate more than anything else.
2 minutes 43 seconds ahead. Average heart rate 131. Workout average pace 7 minutes 49 seconds per kilometer.
That's good. I'll walk a little bit to celebrate. Take another photo of a little bit of broken tree management. I'm having to step back a little bit to take this classic photograph. There must have been some major tree action here in the past. Something that caused them a fair amount of concern with their tree pruning and safety management of the forest. Yeah. The next set of photos will be from the meadow. So if I'm guessing, I got 10 minutes at the start. I'll be able to calculate roughly how long this show will run. Yeah, I go this way, I think. Yep. I do this run about maybe 3 times a year.
Average heart rate 137. Workout average pace 7 minutes 50 seconds per kilometer.
750 is good. I'm beginning to get to the meadows. I'm trying to recognize the route by looking back to see if it's correct, and it is. This is exactly the route that I scoped out. Norma is going to do her own thing. I believe she's probably going to go for a pretty long e-bike ride today. We cover so much distance that you really have to plan quite a large circuit. To get an hour, you have to do 20 kilometers, basically. That's what it boils down to.
Average heart rate 132. Workout average pace 7 minutes 59 seconds per kilometer. Time for hydration.
So 20 minutes done. And about 15 of recording. Having to take cautious steps here. There's quite a lot of pretty solid looking rocks that I really don't want to meet with my head. Coming out onto the meadows now. I didn't bring my sunglasses, but fortunately I'll have the sun behind me, and then I'll be in the shade of Mount Doug shortly after that.
2 minutes 26 seconds ahead. Average heart rate 135. Workout average pace 8 minutes 3 seconds per kilometer.
Okay, I'm on the meadows now. I can hear sounds of people behind me. I'll take a photograph here and let them by if they're coming this way. Yeah, they seem to be coming this way. Here they come.
Auto pause.
Hi.
Sorry, we're ruining your photos.
No, it's okay.
Have a good one.
You too. There they go. I'm going to follow them, but I won't have much chance of catching them. They're way too healthy for me. Alright. It looks like they're going down to Blenkinsop. Okay, so I'm going to be going up towards the Tombstone Rock. You don't often hear me spit. I'm not much of a spitter.
Average heart rate 130. Workout average pace 8 minutes 12 seconds per kilometer.
8 minutes 12, you see now. I've gone from sub 7 to plus 8. That's okay, it's all factored in. I'm still not at 9 minutes. I should hit the 9-minute mark quite soon. And then obviously on the downside, I will pick up a little more speed. One more photo, and then it'll be knuckle down, chat and run. A chat and run session will ensue. One dead oak tree. All right. I'm not going to take the G trail, but this would be where I veer off to the left if I was going to avoid this climb. I'll only get a climb later on. Into the wind. Very welcome for me.
Average heart rate 128. Workout average pace 8 minutes 24 seconds per kilometer.
As I'm sweating quite profusely. I've forgotten how much heat these long pants retain, not to mention the fact that my legs now cannot vent the heat through my skin because the pant leg is double layered nylon mesh and a nylon top layer. The nice thing about them is that they dry in a very short order. I can wear them and wash them almost every day. Coming up to Todd Trail, the top of Todd, and the Blenkinsop Trail would have been another way for me to come up.
132. Workout average pace 8 minutes 34 seconds per kilometer.
8:34. Hasn't dropped very much. Yep. I'll take another photograph here. I don't mind taking lots of photographs when I'm recording because that way I can ensure at least some good material for my website. Mind you, without my good cameras, these pictures will all be a little bit rigid. I won't be able to make too many improvements or enlargements because of the pixelation.
Workout average pace 8 minutes 47 seconds per kilometer.
There's a ball cap. Somebody lost a Thrifty Foods ball cap, but not to me. I do not have any ball caps. I prefer to use my bandana. Getting close to the Tombstone Rock. Then I'm going to go towards the saddle on the upper trail and then turn up Rob Smith's Must Run Hill. Excuse me. That was my porridge. Haven't said that in a while. Coming up on the Tombstone.
Average heart rate 129. Workout average pace 8 minutes 49.
I think I'll call it something to do with tombstones. Or sarcophagi. Yeah, I'm trying to take my photographs in square format because that way it's easier to crop them, it's easier to fit them in whatever resolution I have to the square format of Spreaker's title photo. Hello. Hi. Come through.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. This is definitely a single track trail. I had to stop, turn away into the bushes and let her go behind me. So now there's a little bit of down, and then there's going to be quite an appreciable up, which happens just around here. This is Rob Smith's Must Run Hill. In his honor, I'm going to run it. But it is steeper than I would normally run. But I know that very soon I'm going to get the downhill. Almost there. Coming up on the saddle. Okay, I made it. As you can hear him sucking air big time.
Average heart rate 135. Workout average pace 8 minutes 57 seconds per kilometer.
Couple of women. Come on through. You're welcome.
I might not be able to hold my breath. I'll look away. It's nice we're in the shade.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
You're welcome. It's amazing how well trained everybody has become. Through the jaws of the saddle. And now I get the downhill. Whoopee! Let me see how I'm doing for the recording. So I have half an hour done, approximately. So I have another 6 to do.
Average heart rate 145. Workout average pace 9 minutes 17 per kilometer.
As I head down. Yeah. Some trail markings there. Luckily they were in pink powder, not paint. Hello. Coming through.
He's getting tired.
I'm going this way. I think I'm going this way, yeah.
Great.
All right. Thank you. Yeah, there was a convenient island in the middle there. The trail went on either side. Coming down is always a little trickier than you think because of the treacherous surface conditions.
7 seconds behind.
Only 7.
Rate 132. Workout average pace 9 minutes 2 seconds per kilometer. Halfway to your goal.
Alright. Way to go, Carlos. So this is my turnoff. I almost missed it. I was talking to a couple of young men there as they let them through. I was taking a short breather, so I stepped off the trail. Okay, wall-to-wall salal and Oregon grape here. Yep, this has so far been, touch wood, a perfect execution of a well-measured run. Okay, gonna get serious now. So, there's been some sawing of trees here. I can see a lot of sawdust on the trail. Alright. So I'm looking for a right turn very soon, which will take me around the mountain on the other side. Should be coming up quite soon. I don't want to have to go all the way around the long way. I don't think I factored that in today.
37 seconds behind.
So,
Average heart rate 100. Pace 10 seconds per kilometer.
okay. I think I might have taken a wrong turn. Maybe not. We'll see. Yeah, I should have gone across a little higher up. I'm gonna have to take a little bit of a longer detour today. That's okay. With all the e-bike riding, I've had quite an easy week. Yep, I don't know where I went wrong, but I think it was, yeah, on the top section when I turned down here, I should have kept going straight. Yep. This is going to add another kilometer to what was going to be a 7. This is going to be more like an hour and 15 by the time I'm done. But that's okay. As I say, I can do this kind of thing on an easy week, taking an extra 15 minutes in my stride. Gives me 15 minutes longer to reacquire my 9-minute pace. So I'm at the sheep field, running beside the barbed wire fence. I'm going to put my timer on Samantha's to-do list. I want to know how many minutes I've done so far. 38. Okay, it looks good.
44 seconds behind. Average heart rate 131. Workout average pace 9 minutes 9 seconds per kilometer.
It looks good. So, let me double check. 39 now of running time. 39 of moving time, I should say. I'm thinking of basically just recording moving time regardless of activity. I will enter each individual discipline manually, but this way if I do like e-bike, run, e-bike, I can just put it down as e-bike and then section off the run part. That's what I did yesterday with my e-bike run, no, e-bike hike, e-bike. I think it's called the thew.
Average heart rate 128. Workout average pace 9 minutes 11 seconds per kilometer.
9 minutes 11, I think I heard. Okay. Bye-bye.